How's everyone doing today? Okay, you can put it in the chat. Okay, put it in the chat, and we can discuss. So I want the session to be very interactive, guys. I want the session to be very interactive. I want to hear from you, and I also want to, you know, that's the best way you can get the best experience from today's session. We're going to be talking about something very, very interesting. All right. And I want you guys to be a part of it. Okay. So even though you're going to be sitting, I'm pretty sure some people are sitting on their bed, some people are probably cooking and yeah, listening to my voice. But regardless of anything, yeah, all I need from you today is for you to listen. That's literally the single thing I need you to do in today's session. Just listen to me. So I'm going to keep the session very short but very impactful. I'm just going to be here for about an hour, 30 minutes, ridiculously. All right. But we're going to be talking about something that we need to talk about. Okay. And that is menial jobs, or what people call survival jobs. So some people call it menial jobs. Some people call it survival jobs. I prefer survival jobs because we have to survive when you land in a new country. We all have to survive, correct? Okay, so I like to call it survival job, not menial. Menial means, I mean, it's demeaning. Okay, so I like to use the word survival job. Okay, so but why do people stay on those menial jobs, on those what we call survival jobs? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about in today's session. Now, who's excited about this? Put a one in the chat if you're excited about this. If you're excited about learning more on how to move away from survival jobs and get proper, 9 to 5 corporate and earn good salary. If you're excited about this, I want you to drop a one in the chat. So let's see. Let's get started. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead to share my screen, and boom, here we go. So, why do immigrants stay too long doing survival jobs and now to get off the loop and get hired? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, guess what? We have all been in these situations before, okay? Whereby you're landing in a new country, probably you don't even have any experience, or you have experience from the country you're coming from. Either you're coming from Nigeria, you're coming from South Africa, you're coming from Ghana, you're coming from any part of Africa, all right? Or you've just been in the UK for a while, but you've not really gotten any good job. Like you've not gotten a proper job. So you're stuck with that survival job. So the care jobs, the warehouse job, the customer service jobs, these jobs require it requires a lot, okay, from you. Okay. And if you're looking at making that transition, that's the reason why we're having the session today. The topic is very personal to me. Okay, I'm going to be sharing my own personal life experience in this kind of situation, so we can all learn from it. Okay, so the topic again is, why do immigrants stay too long doing menial, or what I call survival jobs? Now we're going to be discussing how to get off the loop and get hired. Okay, now I'm Dari. I'm pretty sure you guys are. If you're joining us for the first time, I want you to drop a one in the chat. If this is your first time hearing of Amdari, I want you to drop a one in the chat real quick. If you are hearing of Amdari for the first time, I want you to drop a one in the chat. Okay? If this is your first time learning about Amdari, please drop a one in the chat. I want the session to be more interactive. Let's gel together. Let's discourse. Let's have fun. Let's have fun while we learn. You get me? All right. So I can see quite a number of one. Yeah. So Amdari is a platform. Okay. And I like to say we are solving one of the major issues when we talk about unemployment, or you getting a job. Okay. We are solving the number one problem, and that is experience. And I use this to make a lot of I use this a lot to drive it home a lot better. So if you're looking to fix your car, okay, you have your car, something goes wrong with your car, and you want to fix it. Who do you call to fix it? A mechanic, all right? Okay, you get a mechanic to fix your car. Now, would you get a mechanic that has no experience fixing cars? Would you get a mechanic that has no experience, okay, that has never fixed any car before, but has gone to the best mechanical engineering school? Okay, so they've done, a wealth of experience. They've learned a lot in university. The person has even gone ahead to do a master's. The person has all those certificates, all the certification, welding certificates, different kind of certificates to back up their experience. Those people have gotten those certificates. But in terms of actually repairing a car, this person has not done it before. Okay, would you give your car to that kind of professional? Most likely no. You'll likely look for somebody that you don't even care about the certificates. If the person went to school, if the person went to what university, you honestly don't care. You just care the fact that the guy has a wealth of experience dealing with cars. Have you dealt with the Benz before? Yes. I have this issue with my BMW? Yes. I have this issue with my Toyota. The person has extensive experience dealing with different brands of cars. So you see, at the end of everything, if you can't give your car that is damaged, slightly damaged, or whatever the case is, you can't give that kind of car to someone that has all the wealth of industry experience, like all the knowledge, went to university, graduated first class with mechanical engineering, went ahead to do a master's, went ahead to do a PhD. Would you give your car to that person? No. That's the same thing with most roles now within the tech space. So really, people don't care about the certificates that you have anymore. What people do care about now is your industry experience. Have you done this before? If you've done this before, can I see it? Can you showcase? If we give you this particular project, would you be able to handle it? And if you can handle it, can you walk me through how you've handled previous ones that you've done in the past? Can I see it? And that's exactly what Amdari does for you. So Amdari is that work experience platform that guarantees you what we call work experience. That guarantees you what? Actual work experience, where you get to work and develop solutions to business challenges across data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, cybersecurity. Cybersecurity, we're talking about SOC, that's Security and Operations Center, governance, risk and compliance, GRC, that's what people call it. Then we have ethical hacking and penetration testing. Now, these are the 7 major careers that we focused on, okay? And I'll tell you the reason why we focused on it later on during the session, okay? But that's essentially the case itself, okay? So that's what we're doing. We are that platform that guarantees you work experience that you need to get a job. So if you go on any job board today and you go ahead to look for a job, majority of these jobs really don't care about your certificate. They care about work experience. And that's exactly where Amdari comes in. Now, moving on to the next thing, okay? What are we talking about? Like I said, I'm going to be here for the next 1 hour maximum. So we're going to be discussing quite a number of things. And the 4 things we're going to be dealing about in today's session is, why do immigrants stay too long doing menial jobs, or what we call survival jobs? And we're also going to be discussing actual strategies to get off the loop, okay, and get you a job. And that this is like a proven strategy. Has not just worked for myself, but has worked for a ton of other professionals that I personally have mentored, and I've gone through Amdari also. We would also be discussing the pathway to becoming a tech professional and securing a job. The third one we're going to be talking about is Amdari work experience internship. And last but not the least, we have a special offer for you. So if you wait to the end of the session, trust me, guys, you have something waiting for you. So you want to wait to the end of the session. Now, the materials, the slide, the video recording is all going to be made available for you. If you fill the attendance form, you see my colleagues are dropping the attendance form in the chat, okay? All you need to do is fill the attendance form, the recording of the session, the material of the session, and if you even have any other question, you can easily reach out to us. So ensure you fill the attendance form to get the most out of today's session. Now, let's go straight into it. Who is this guy that is talking to you today? Who is Efemena April? So Efemena, I'm the co-founder to Amdari and to Tenolytics, and in my own personal mentorship experience, I've helped well over 2,500 people transition into the tech space. Now, I didn't start from there, okay? I had a degree in economics from a non-technical background. I did my majority of my experiences when I started after university. I started working as a management consultant back home in Lagos, Nigeria. I did that for about 4 years before, making that conscious effort to transition into the tech space. So while I transitioned into the tech space, I've worked across different roles, leading and also implementing quite a number of innovative ideas and projects across Fortune 500 organization. I've worked as a business analyst. I've worked as a data analyst. I've worked as a business systems analyst. I've worked as a power platform developer. I've worked as a data scientist. I've worked as a data engineer. But you see, all these things are beautiful on paper. But what I like to tell most people is I didn't start from there. I didn't get to the level where I was working with these organizations and I was implementing all these things. I started from Ibadan. Do you understand? From Lee City University, studying economics, and conscious effort every day, learning every day. That's literally what got me here. Okay, so either today, if you're probably coming from a non-technical background and you're wondering, how do I get started? How do I get my foot into the door? I've been learning this thing for the last couple of years. How do I get this experience that most of these recruiters are looking for? We are going to be discussing that today. All right. So, it took me 2 years to get my first job. I need to let you know that. It took me 2 years before I got my first tech job. And like I said, the major challenges for me at the time was, where do I get this experience? I studied economics. I was working as a consultant. These are not technical roles, okay? How do I get this experience? So it took me about 2 years before I was able to get my first job. I'm pretty sure some people are here today that are looking to getting started, but don't know exactly how to get started, or you've just felt, peaked in the sense that you've done boot camps, you've learned everything, but you still don't have experience. So if they give you a new project, you find it difficult to sort out. But that's what we're going to be discussing in today's session, okay? And I want you guys to just follow me through the next couple of minutes and I'll walk you through, how to get off the loop, okay? Now, what are your career goals, okay? What are your career goals? This is a question that I want you to answer. All right. Number one is work more hours to make a living. Work more hours to make a living. Or work fewer hours to make a living. Which one would you go for? Let me see. So if you want to work more hours to make a living, put a 1 in the chat. Number 1. Now, if you want to work fewer hours to make a living, put a number 2 in the chat. Let me see. You want to work fewer hours. Obviously, Claire, 2 hours, 2. Bolali also 2. You want to work fewer hours. Fantastic. I can see a lot of 2s in the chat. All right. So we all know exactly what we're looking for. You see, that's the mindset I want you guys to have. Okay. And that's, something that, once you relocate outside the country, it's difficult. It's difficult for you to have that mindset. I won't lie to you. But at the end of the day, most people will want to work fewer hours and actually make a living. Actually make a good living. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. That's what I'm going to focus on anyways. But in order for me to focus on the fewer hours, we need to also explore more hours. We need to explore, all the thinking behind why people would want to work more hours to make a living. All right. So let's go straight into it. So this is me. This is still the same person. Efemena is still me. Okay, and I'm going to be sharing my own life experience, like I said earlier. So when I recently relocated, let me just get a pen or a pointer so I can easily point to this. Okay, so you see, this was me when I recently relocated. I also worked survival job. I also did a survival job while I was in my master's. So I worked in a warehouse, okay? And I usually tell most people that the reason why I look buff today is because of the boxes I was lifting. I really don't go to the gym, okay? But you see that period, that's about 9 months to a year. I was working with GPD in Ireland. There was this perception back then, all right, that Africans are strong. Obviously, we are strong, no doubt about that. So they gave me the best. When I say best, I'm talking about the terrible trailers. So I was lifting heavy boxes. What they call it longs. Okay, long basically means it can't fit on the belt. Okay, it has to go into a truck. So I was lifting like heavy boxes, heavy stuff, until I obviously started talking and I was like, okay, I can't be the only one doing this heavy lifting and all that because of my back and everything. But nothing happened anyways. But yeah, everybody gets to do this kind of survival job. Either you're working in a warehouse, or you're doing a care job, or you're doing whatever the case might be. I'm not saying these jobs are not, people don't take it as a full-time job. You can't take it as a full-time job, but are there other opportunities? Yes, there are. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. So recently relocated for my master's, and that's where I was doing this job, working as a warehouse operative. You see, I was at the time, after masters, I was still doing this job. So, I was able to clock in well over 70 hours every week. I'm talking about well over 70 hours. In a day, I could actually, in a day, I was actually working about 14, close to 14 hours, 14 hours. Okay. I would start around 1 in the afternoon, and I'll work from 1 in the afternoon all the way to 1 midnight. Okay. And I'll stay back to clean again. I'll stay back to clean. So I'll stay another extra 2 hours to clean the environment, to clean the warehouse. It's extra money. Do you understand? So at the time when I was doing this job, I was earning about 13 euros per hour, per hour of working. So, coming from Nigeria, whereby I was earning at the time when I left, I was earning about 500K, close to 500K, aside bonus and every other thing. I was earning close to 500K. And I'm moving to Ireland, and I'm making that money in a few hours of working, okay, based off exchange rates and everything. I could make that same money in a week of working, okay? So I had to wait 1 month in order for me to earn 500K back home in Nigeria. But yeah, now, if I decide to work more hours, I can actually earn more money. All right, I could actually earn more money. So when I was doing 14 hours, sometimes in a day, sometimes I could do that several times during the week. Okay, you see that at the end of the week, I was earning close to 1,000 euros. At the end of the week, I could earn close to 1,000 euros, close to 1,000. Sometimes based on taxes and all that, it could reduce like 800, 900, but close to 1,000 euros. And I was mind blown. Like I could be, I like literally I could be making close to 1,000 euros every week. That's where my mindset shifted. Okay, to say that okay, it means that if I do more hours, I could actually earn more money. Okay, but now this thing also changed for me when I was talking to somebody that had been in the warehouse for about 5 years, over 5 years, also another African, and I was speaking to him about what he earns at the moment, and the interesting thing he said was I was on 13 euros per hour at the time, 13.7. If I worked weekend, I got a bit more money, about 17 euros per hour at the time. But now, I was asking the guy that, what are you earning now? What's your like per hour rate after 5 years and everything? And he was telling me was it 17? So my weekend, if I worked weekend, I would have got to 17. I would get 17, but that was his own base pay. So his own weekend pay would probably be like 19, 20 or something like that. So I was not like, okay, this guy's he has been here for 5 years, 5 years, and he just earns just about 4 euros more than I'm earning. Okay. So at the end of everything, you are still trading more hours in order for you to make more money. So you are likely, if I was in a warehouse, I would have still been earning about 13 euros or maybe 14 euros now. Do you understand? So the increase is not exponential. If you're even moving from one warehouse to another warehouse, you're likely going to be on the same pay grade. There's no like you're coming with experience. Warehouse is warehouse. Okay. So you are literally trading more hours in order for you to make more money. All right. So when you start, if you're just recently relocating, it makes a lot of sense because when you do the direct conversion of whatever you're earning, it makes sense. It makes sense to say that, oh, whatever you're earning in Nigeria, you are doing it in a week. All right. So if I do more hours, I will make more money. Do you understand? But it's an initial mindset shift that most people should actually run away from. Okay. So one of the major challenges that, I had, even when I saw that, okay, after 5 years, I'll be getting to 17 years, it made no sense. So I started looking out for, other opportunities. How can I get a better job? How can I get a proper job? There's career progression. I could earn significantly more. I don't have to do more hours every single day in order for me to make more money. So some of the challenges that we all face, number one is over-reliance on degrees and certificates, okay? So you see a lot of people doing warehouse job and they feel like I need to go and do an advanced degree. I need to do a master's, I know I need to do a PhD, or I need to write a certification exam, I don't have experience. That's the reason why I need to do all these things. So that when the recruiter sees my profile, they will give me an advantage. And I'll take you back to what I said earlier. Okay. If you want to fix your car today, would you give your car to someone that has all the certificates in the world? Okay, masters, PhD, certificates from different institutions and all that. Would you give your car to that type of mechanic? No, you wouldn't. Okay, who would you give your car to? An Uncle Solo, okay? Or there's a guy in that shop that has been doing it for years, and everybody recommends him that, okay, it fixed my car. This is the person that has been doing it. That's the kind of person that you're looking for. So really, in the tech space, for example, you don't need, most recruiters, employers don't care about your degrees and certificate. But that was my major challenge. I did my master's. So every time I was going out there to talk about my experience, I really didn't talk about my experience. What would I talk about? I have a master's. I have a master's. Okay. I have this certificate. I have that certificate. And you see, I got a lot of rejection emails. And that's one of the things that hindered me from getting a proper job at the start. Okay. The next thing is what people talk about, Ireland experience or Irish experience, or what they call UK experience. Okay, so you don't have UK experience and you're looking for UK experience, so you get a warehouse job. So like myself, I got a warehouse job. I put it on my CV to show people that I am working in Ireland, or I have gotten a job in the country and I'm working with other people within the country. So that's it's a mind-blowing thought process. And somebody told me this, okay, and that's the reason why I did it. And that's what I say, that a lot of people are doing things based off what people had said. Okay, you're new in the country, and somebody that probably has been there for a year, 2 years, is also telling you that, okay, you need to get a job, put it on your CV that you're working in the warehouse. They can see that you can interact with them, you can talk their language, that kind of thing. It's just barbaric thinking, honestly speaking. It's just barbaric, honestly, to be honest with you. So that's the thing that really got me into the warehouse, okay, and it actually was detrimental to my transitioning to getting a proper job, because I went to go and put warehouse operatives, logistics operative, warehouse, bracket warehouse, and I put some of the job functions I was doing at the time, on my CV, and I was applying for data roles, I was applying for project management roles, I was applying for business analyst roles, and you see I was getting loads and loads of rejection. So you today, let me ask you the same question. If you have your CV today, or you are looking to hire a graphics designer, you want to start up your YouTube account, you want to start up a YouTube account, or you want to start a business, and you're looking for a graphic designer to design your logo, and you put out a publication to say that I need graphics designer. If you are an experienced graphic designer, please apply. Now, you now have somebody that is not a graphic designer, okay, or maybe has learned graphic designer and is currently working as a chef, okay, or currently working as a cook or working as a cleaner, okay. Then in the previous experience, the person has graphic designer, but the most current experience, the person is putting a chef or a cook or a cleaner there. I currently work as a cleaner, but I can help you create your logo. I can help you with graphics designs and everything. It makes no sense. Okay, it makes absolutely no sense. So you see, you putting that your customer service experience on your CV and you're applying for a tech role, it makes no sense. Okay, nobody will see your CV and say that, okay, I can see that the person was doing some kind of job in Nigeria or in Ghana or in South Africa or in Uganda. Okay, and now you're doing customer service job and you want me to hire you as a business analyst. It's a joke. So that Ireland or UK experience that you're looking for, that makes you get that menial job, is actually costing you your full-time job. Okay, so that's one of the major reasons. Yeah, I would say that it's actually it's just a facade. Okay, people have just gotten a lot of rejections and they feel the need to rationalize why they're getting rejections, and most of the time it's because I'm Nigerian, it's because I'm African, it's because of my name, it's because I don't have work experience in the country, it's because I'm not, those are rationales. All right, but I'll tell you today, if you're working in the tech space, you want to become a business analyst, Jira in Uganda is the same Jira in the UK. Python in Abeokuta, Nigeria is the same Python you use in Canada. The Power BI you use in somewhere in South Africa or in Uganda or Botswana is the same Power BI you would use in other countries. It's the same. It's not a different application. So you implemented a solution using agile methodology as a project manager. That same agile methodology that you used in some country in Africa, and you moved to the UK, or you moved to Ireland, or you moved to Canada, or whatever. That same agile methodology is the same methodology. It doesn't change. So you're looking for validation to say that I need to have worked in that country in order for me to get a job is just a rationale that has flawed so many people's thinking. Okay. All right. So I'll tell you today, UK experience, Irish experience, it's just you rationalizing why you're feeling. And I understand because me said I did it. I won't lie to you. I did it 100%. So the other thing that also put people at disadvantage is poor CV and LinkedIn format. Okay, so your LinkedIn is just there for you, it's just there. Okay, if I go there to search for a particular role, I probably will not see your profile. Okay, or if you have your CV and your CV is not formatted in a certain way, all right, you're likely not going to get, you won't get the kind of opportunity that is proportionate to you. So what I would say is that have a proper CV, have a great LinkedIn profile. These things matter significantly if you're looking to move from that survival job to getting a full-time job. The next thing that suffers everybody, I won't lie to you, especially for immigrants, is poor interview skills. We still interview. I work currently. My job allows me to recruit for most of the companies I get to work with. Okay, as a consultant. Okay, I get to work with them to bring in and onboard new people. So if I'm implementing a new solution, after implementation, they need to hire people that will maintain it. So if it is a business analyst or a data analyst or a project manager, I do these interviews, and you see a lot of Africans applying for these jobs, and you come for the interview. Okay, can we meet you? All right. Hello, how are you doing today? Can we meet you? Or can you introduce yourself? And the next thing you hear is, oh, my name is Sadiq. I am 37 years old. I am the first child of my, and the ramble, the freestyle, the introduction aspect. Majority of you, I can tell you for free, if I ask you the same question today, you will probably freestyle the answer. Oh, I have experience working in this. I can do this, I can do that, and all that. And you see, when you finish introducing yourself, you actually don't even sound as coherent. You don't sound as professional as you should. Okay, so poor interview skills is one of the major reasons why, I was also getting this rejection that you also are likely getting today. So you see, and I would like you to know this. If you're applying for jobs, if today you are currently applying for jobs and you're getting a lot of rejection emails, I'll tell you for free, your CV is bad. It's not a problem about your name. See, even me at the time, the way I was getting a lot of rejection, and people were telling me that, these people are, most of these companies don't want to hire Africans, and all that. They were telling me that I need to change my name. So my other middle name is Michael. Okay, so I should put Michael instead of Efemena. Okay, put Michael and look for my another name to put in front. So I should look for more Michael, maybe Michael Brown or Michael James or something like that. I should use those kind of names so that they will see that it's an English name and they will call you. But honestly, it's just something that most people will come up with. So let me tell you for free now, free of charge. You're not paying me for this. If you're applying for jobs and you're getting a lot of rejections, your CV is bad. It's not your name. It's not about your experience. It's not about them being biased to you. Your CV is bad. Okay? If you're on LinkedIn and you don't get people reaching out to you on LinkedIn, there's something they call in-mails. In-mails. I'm going to write it here. If you don't get a lot of people sending you what we call in-mails, okay? They call it in-mails. Okay, emails. So if you don't get a lot of people sending you emails, The only emails you're receiving is for you to come and buy something, come and buy this, come and market this, come and do that. Your LinkedIn profile is not optimized. Okay, the wrong people are looking at your profile, and I usually tell most people, the more eyeballs, the more eyeballs, okay, the more eyeballs that sees your profile, okay, the more opportunity that you get. So the more eyeballs, all right, eyeballs, the more eyeballs that get to see your profile, the more opportunity you're likely going to get. So that's why, that your friend that is always posting on LinkedIn, trust me, the next couple of months, the kind of opportunity that person would have will be different from you that you're not posting. That person that you're judging, this person has designed a dashboard. Oh, I recently just read this book. Oh, I recently just implemented this. And you're laughing at the person like, this guy know the rest. You just they post. Trust me, in the next couple of months, the kind of things that person will be doing, you will be amazed. The number of eyeballs that get to see your profile, the more the opportunity you're going to get. Okay, so I'll let you on that free of charge. Okay, so no relevant work experience is the next thing. Okay, so you've learned, probably done your master's in data science or project management or AI. Everybody's doing AI now. So you've done your master's in all these programs, and you're wondering where to get experience. Where do I get this experience? Majority of the jobs that you're applying to need you to have experience. Where do you get this experience? I would address that also. The last but not the least is lack of focus. And I'll say that is single-handedly the reason why people don't get proper jobs. People are stuck on that survival job, lack of focus. So in the first couple of months, when I was looking at transitioning from working in the warehouse, when personally I was looking at moving away from the warehouse, getting a proper job, I was desperate. Okay, so the people that we completed our masters together. Okay, one person, oh, I know this guy. He just got a job. I just got a job as a software developer. That was the first guy. One of the guys got a job as a software developer, was earning good money. Like the money was good at the time. And, my eyes open like, okay, so it's easy for software developers to get a job. Software engineers, software developers, and all that. It was easy for him to get a job. So I left everything I was doing at the time. I was learning. So I was looking at doing data analytics, data science. I dropped every single thing. And I started learning JavaScript. I started learning PHP. I started learning front end and back end, and at the time. Okay, I started learning it. I thought that it was the work plenty. Okay, it's not just small. It involved a lot of things I needed to learn. So I got burnt out. Okay, in that same process, I heard about another person that got a job as a cloud engineer. So what did I do again? I dropped everything I was doing. I started learning cloud. AWS, Azure, GCP, started learning that again. I was preparing for my AWS certificate. I was reading hard. I was doing that. In the same process, I was like, for me to get a job, I'm doing all these things again. But I was, keep doing it. In the same long run again, another person I knew got a job as a product designer, UI UX. Okay, I dropped everything again. So I dropped software. I dropped my initial data. I dropped software engineering. I moved again to product design. What was that again? I moved again to the last one was product design. Okay, and for product design, it was done. I was talking to my elder sister. She was based in Canada at the time. I asked, I had to tell her that I'm trying. I'm not getting it. Do you understand? She was like, "Efemena, you're just hopping from one thing to the other. Okay, focus on one." Okay, you're a data guy, you like data, you like everything data, focus on data, all right? And let's see how this leads on, in the next couple of months. And I focused on data, I kept focusing on data, I started learning as much as I could. I started working on projects, I started doing things within data, and that's really what led to me getting my first job, okay? So now the standard of this is obviously works fully remotely for different companies within the UK, US, Canada. And that's basically what I've been doing I would say confidently over the last 5 years, fully remote. I've been fully remote for the last 5 years of my work experience. So I do anything data. I explained myself earlier. So I do data analytics, data science, data engineering, power platform development. I've worked as a business systems analyst. I've done so many things, and it's interesting. But bear in mind that I was the same person that was working in the warehouse, earning £13 per hour. All right. So Less than 40 hours. So this is what I'm talking about. Less work, less hours, but more money. So, this is less than 40 hours in a week. Okay. And I'm earning then, I would just say now, and definitely way more than £300 per day, 100%. Now, a lot of you will be worried. Like, a lot of you will be like, £300 per day. Efemena, calm down. Do you understand? But I'll show you. It's even more than that. This is an average. And that's exactly what I have there. Okay, so greater than £300 per day. In order for me to make the same money per day, I would have worked a couple of hours, a good number of hours, in like 2-3 days, in order for me to earn the same £300. Okay, so mindset shift: trade less hours for more work, trade less hours for more money. And that's exactly the mindset change you should have after today's session. Don't look at, oh, I can make $2,000 if I work 97 hours. No, that's your body will tell you that that's not the ideal thing to do. All right. So job challenges now, it's not the job challenges I had before. Okay. So now better and more competitive pay and job functions. Now I'm more concerned about more money for the role I'm going to be doing. I'm looking for more challenges. I'm not looking at doing the same thing I used to do 2 years ago. No, I'm looking for some, even the thing I did last year, I didn't want to do this year again. So I'm looking for more competition. I'm looking for more competitive pay, more job, more competition in terms of the work itself. Okay. Now, also more flexibility. I work fully remote, okay? So I'm still looking for more flexibility where I don't even have to work. All right. So when I get there, we will know about that. But that's basically it. But you see, that's a mindset change that you need to have. Trade more hours for more money if you're working, menial jobs or survival jobs. I'm not saying it's bad, but that shouldn't be the goal. That shouldn't be the goal. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be work. You hear people say that I'm going to do care. I'm going to do the warehouse job for the next 5 years, 10 years. Then I would have saved up money. Man, in the 5 years of you working, hectic money. When I'm talking about you are working, I know I worked in the warehouse and I know how hard it is to do the job. Night shift, afternoon through the night shift, and even till early morning. Again, then you go back to the house, you sleep for a few hours. It's just a clockwork. Okay. What you need to start thinking about is how do I trade less hours and make more money? And I'm going to settle down to talk about this in today's session. Okay. So let's move on to the next thing. Okay. Work few hours to make a living. How do you get started? And like I say, every single time I tell most people, it's a tech skill. So I know you've heard about tech skills, and I'm pretty sure you have probably attended some of the sessions where people talk about tech. But I'm going to keep it very straight and simple for you. All right. Don't go and learn the thing that will choke you. Okay. These 3 things are the things you should be looking out for. Ease of learning. Something that you can pick up quickly and you can use to get a job. Now, the next thing is ease of learning, but also ease of transitioning. You can easily get a job. There is a demand for this kind of jobs, and you can plug yourself into it immediately. Ease of learning and ease of transitioning. You can easily move from learning to getting a job. That's what they mean by ease of transitioning. The last but not the least, what we have here is high and rewarding salary. Now, bear in mind, guys, if you are looking to get access to the materials for today's session, the recording, from the recording to the slides, to even booking a call with me for me to speak to you, please fill the attendance. Okay, that's the only way you can get access to the material, the recording, and even reaching out to me also. All right. So working few hours to make a living. Tech skills, ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and high and rewarding salary. That's what you should be concerned about. Okay, work less hours, fewer hours, and still make a very good money for yourself. That's exactly what you should be looking at. So now, what career path should you look at? What career path should you focus on? I have the career path for you. I've made it easy for you. Business analyst, data scientist, data engineering, the project manager, and cybersecurity analyst. Now, these are the career paths that you need to focus on that fits into this bracket of ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and high and rewarding salary. These are the career paths that you need to focus on. Now, based off this, all these things that we're talking about, okay, once you can easily learn, easily transition and get a good job, okay, getting a good job, it could be a full-time or a permanent employee. You could be working as a full-time staff or what they call permanent staff or a permanent employee. Or in the same vein, you could also go to contract or what we call fixed term employee. When they say fixed term, so basically you're going to be that's what I do. That's what I would say that was a big part of my experience in the last, I would say in the last 3 years. Okay, in the last 3 years has been contracts. So they have a project they're working on, okay, and they need an expert. They need somebody that has experience doing this. They bring the person in to solve the problem, okay. So it could be an analytical problem, it could be a business process problem, it could be a data engineering problem, it could be a cybersecurity problem. You're just coming in for like a 6 month project, a 3 month project, a 9 months project. They pay you heavily for that, okay, and that's exactly what is the difference between contract and full-time. So just a little bit of this. If you're in the UK, US, or Canada, I've broken it down so you see some of the other benefits that you get, okay? Now, looking at this, full-time employee or what we call permanent employee, some of the benefits of these roles are financial stability, okay? So you have your salary every single month, okay? You can go, you have your steady income. And a lot of people get, what about if I get on the job and I can't perform, I can't do the job? I can tell you for free, if it's a full-time employee, if it's a full-time job, you can stay on that job they expect you to learn on the job, okay? They expect you to learn on the job. And I would say this from my own personal experience working as a full-time employee. The first job I did working in supply chain, so I was working as a business intelligence developer for a supply chain company, okay? So this was the first time I was going to be exposed to supply chain. And you see, during the onboarding, the person I was reporting to told me that, Efemena, there's a lot for you to learn. This is like literally the first week of me resuming. The person said, Efemena, there is a lot for you to learn. All right. And I would expect you to take your time to learn. Okay. So she gave me a period of 6 months for me to learn and understand before I can even start to talking about performance and all that. A period of 6 months for me to actually understand the business. So when I was performing in like a month, 2 months into the role, she actually felt, she said, Efemena, the things that you're doing now feels like you've been here for over a year. Okay. So those are the kind of benefits that you get. You have that timeline for you to learn while you're doing the job. So if today you're looking at getting a job, you're looking at getting your foot into the tech space, or you're just looking at building your experience, I would say without a doubt, start as a full-time employee. Okay, don't go to contract. Contract, they don't expect you to start learning on the job. Okay, they want you to implement immediately. All right. So if you're looking at getting started, go through the route of full-time employee. Now, the other thing is job security, okay? They hardly will just sack you unless you've done something absolutely wrong or illegal, okay? It's difficult, it's not easy for them to sack you. So what I would say also is, this is also the main reasons why you don't see a lot of sponsored jobs on every application that you throw out. Fast back, if you go back in time, probably like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, so all right, you'll see a lot of job opportunities with YouTube. Clearly on the job board, you see comes with sponsorship. But now you don't see a lot of that anymore on the job board. In fact, they don't even put anything sponsorship on the job application. In fact, when you're applying for the job and they see that, they would ask you, do you need sponsorship? All right. If you say yes, they don't even call you. And that's because of this job security we're talking about. Okay. It's very difficult for them to get rid of people. So there is performance improvement plan. There is so many things. Okay. So what do? They do a lot of contracts. Okay, and if you do well on that contract, you likely get sponsorship. I won't lie to you. This is what happened to me. All right, and I'm explaining to you in a long story short. Okay, job security is what you get for full time. Okay, they literally cannot just sack you. You didn't perform well last month, and that's the end of this job. It's not possible. So some of the benefit that you get are paid leave, so you can go on leave and they still pay you. If you're working in the warehouse, if you go on leave, nobody's paying you. Like literally, you are not working, it means no money. So holiday, you're working. Snow is falling, you're working. Rain is falling, you're working. It's midnight, you're working. As long as you're on the roster, you need to work. So this is exactly what another benefit that you get working as a full-time employee, paid leave. You also have access to bonus. So at the end of the year, you get bonuses and all that. Stock option in some cases, if you get to work with a very cool and fast-rising tech firm, you also get stock options and other organizational benefits. Contract employee on the other end, these are people that they just want to pay you money. Okay, you are also trading your hours, okay, but you are actually getting paid way more than a full-time employee, okay? So in the UK, we have something they call inside and outside IR35, okay? I will explain this in a few minutes. Canada, we have contracts or what they call fixed-term contract. US also, if you're in the US or you have someone in the US, there's something we call contract and fixed-term contracts. I mean, if you're enjoying yourself so far, please drop a 1 in the chat. Let me see. If you're enjoying yourself, please, let me see if I'm making sense. Drop a 1 in the chat if you are learning so much from this session today. All right, fantastic. Just 4 people. Keep it coming, guys. I need like 27,000 ones in the chat. All right. Also, I'm just joking. Okay. So these are some of the benefits. So my colleagues are going to be dropping the attendance form, like I said earlier. If you want access to the recording, the session, the materials, access to myself, please fill the attendance form in order for you to get access to all of that. So let's do a little bit of practicals today. Okay. Let's jump into a little bit of practical. So I'm going to just open my browser. Okay. All right. And I'm just going to. Let's go to a job board, read.co.uk. So we are looking at the guys in the UK. All right. So take, for example, you're interested in becoming a data analyst. Okay. So I'm just going to start off with that. You're in the UK, you're looking to get into data analytics, and this is what you're looking for. So now, some of, like I said, full-time contracts, you literally see them here. So you see that the job type are literally written there. Permanent, temporary, contract, full-time, part-time, and the jobs are there for you. Now, for you guys that are saying that data analytics is saturated, it's saturated. Oh, I know everybody's learning data analytics, everybody's learning business analysis. Are there jobs there? Now, see, for today alone, a weekend, a Saturday, we have 14 jobs that were posted today. In the last 3 days, 390 jobs were posted. Last week, 522 jobs were posted. In the last 2 weeks, 1,399 jobs were posted. Now, this takes me back to what I said earlier. Ease of learning, all right? Ease of learning, ease of transitioning. This transitioning basically means that there is a demand for these roles. You have the skill set, you have the experience, you can easily get your foot into the door. Now, full-time contracts, these are the ones that you get your normal salary. So you can see this particular one is 40,000 to 50,000 pounds annually. All right, 40,000 to 50,000 pounds annually. This is a very entry-level role, 25,000 pounds. It's not a lot of money. This is another 40 to 50,000 pounds, and you can see the different salary bracket for some of these roles that we have there. All right. Now, contract on the other hand, okay, this is where you can earn significantly more. Like I said, this is 300 pounds to 400 pounds per day. Okay, so if you're working in the warehouse, you can see there's no how you want to, unless you're probably earning, a very high per hour rate working in the warehouse or working in care. It's going to be very difficult for you to earn 400 pounds in one single day. Now let's do a quick math. Looking at this. Let's take the higher end. Okay, let's say based of let's take that you're able to secure 400 pounds in a day. So 400 pounds working in a day. Okay, so a majority of these roles are also remote, so you can actually go to Tesco, buy products. But now we're talking about you actually working. So, but this is how much you earn in a day. 400 pounds in a day, and you do that for 5 days in a week. That's what? 2,000. That's 2,000 pounds per week. Okay, now you do this for the rest of the month, for 4 weeks. Okay, you do this for 4 weeks. All right, what do you get? You are getting 8,000 pounds for 8,000 pounds for the month. Obviously, this is where you have your inside and outside IR35, like I mentioned earlier. Now, a lot of you might be looking like, okay, how realistic is this? Can I get a job that will do this? Yes, if I can do it, you can also do it, 100%. All right. How feasible can I do this? Start first before before you start complaining if you can do it or you cannot do it. So in the UK, there's something they call inside and outside IR35. So you see that 8,000 that we calculated, 8,000 is not what, if you're doing inside, is a tax regulator, is a tax system. So if you're doing inside IR35, you are likely going to get you're going to get full £8,000. Then out of that £8,000, you pay your taxes. You personally will be the one to file your taxes. But if you're doing it outside, okay, no, inside, no. The company will pay your taxes for this, okay? So the company will file your taxes. Company, okay, will file your taxes. But if you're doing it outside IR35, okay, you personally will file your taxes. So you, as the individual, will file your taxes. Okay, but that's long conversation anyways. But that's the way you can, earn more money working in tech space. All right, so you can see this 300 to 400, 300 to 400. So some of them are per hour also, this 26 to 36 pounds per hour. I would say that's the lower end, it's still quite lower end. But yeah, that's it. So, these are roles, not just for data analysts, the same thing with if you're looking at going into business analysis, data engineering. So let's take a look at data engineering because most people are, also a bit skeptical. Data engineer. So there are also different titles that you can take on, quite a number of other titles that you could take on. So let's take a look at data engineering. Data posted, 12 was posted today, 373 were posted in the last 3 days. Last week, 520 jobs were posted. Last 2 weeks, 1,284 jobs were posted. So if you're looking at getting into data engineering, this is something you should also consider. Now, for contracts, you're likely going to earn significantly more than any other role. Data engineers actually earn one of the highest when you're looking at the tech space. So this is 450 to 500 pounds per day. You can see another 450 to 550. This another 500 to 600 pounds. This is 575 to 625, and so on and so forth. There are quite a number of other, salary. This 600 to 620, and so on and so on and so forth. 750 to 850 pounds per day. GCP cloud. This is GCP data platform engineer contract. 550 to 600. So let's even take a look at them. What are they expecting? Are they expecting a certificate? Or are they expecting you to have a GCP cloud certificate? Absolutely no. So you see extensive experience in cloud architecture and data engineering. So these guys are cool looking for data engineering. They're looking for people that have experience, people that have what? Quality experience. The data engineer will have what? Extensive experience with the full data lifecycle, including data collection, ETL processes, cleaning, testing, and validation. And you can do this for, data analysts. You could do this for business analysts. It's the same thing. All right. So these are the kind of job roles that you are currently missing out on, if you're looking at getting started. So this is business analyst also. You can see this is just for read.co.uk. This is just for read.co.uk. We have not explored LinkedIn. We have not explored Glassdoor. We have not explored so many other job boards, CV Library, and so on and so forth. Okay, this is just read.co.uk. Now imagine if you are looking to becoming a business analyst. There are tons and tons of opportunity for you to get into. All right, so trade less hours for more money. Trade less hours for more money. And one of the reasons why I started doing contract, I'll tell you for free, is a friend of mine based in the UK. His name is Femi. And it was one that told me about, because when I moved to the UK, I did not know I was looking for a full-time job. I got a couple of full-time offers and I was working full-time. All right. But he told me, while I'll say about 4 months into the living in the UK. And when he told me was now when I was like, okay, do you know what? Let me explore contract and I'll tell you that's the best way to make good money. Okay, that's the best way to make a lot of money, until I also got into what we call consulting. So that's exactly what I do now. So I don't do contracts anymore. I do what we call tech consulting. but we'll get there. So start from somewhere. Start from full time. Okay, you can go on your paid leave. You can travel to any country you're looking for, and yeah, you can still get paid for it. The next thing also I would like to explore is or talk to you about is job hopping. Okay, so a lot of people want to stay on the same job for the next 5 years, but from my own experience, job hopping is the best way for you to get good salary increase, like exponential salary increase. So from my own personal background, I'm not saying you must do job hopping. I personally have not stayed on a job for more than 2 years. Okay. I usually just move from one job to the other, impact, 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 and I'm always looking for something better. So job hopping basically means that you are staying on a job for like a period of a year, 2 years, okay, creating as much impact as you can, okay, and then moving to another company. All right. So based on that, your experience that you're building within the organization, you can leverage it in getting a better offer. Okay. So some of the benefits of job hopping: increased salary, you get to work on different experiences. So when I was talking earlier that I've worked as a data scientist, I've worked as a data analyst, I've worked as a BI developer, I've worked as a Power Platform engineer. It's not because I was just learning it. No, I actually did this job. And that's exactly what job hopping did for me. Networking opportunities, avoiding career stagnation. You're constantly new. You're constantly in demand. All right, because you have learned in this organization. You have moved to another organization. You are facing new challenges. You are overcoming these new challenges, and you're getting better. Okay, creating more career opportunities for you. All right. So job hopping is something you need to consider if you're looking at getting like a six-figure role in the UK. You want to earn £100,000. How feasible is it? Have you heard of people that are earning over £100,000 in a year? It's 100% possible. Okay, and that's exactly where you can actually get to. You can actually earn more than that. Okay, that's where job hopping comes in for you. So without wasting too much time, everybody's asking a question: how does anyone interested get started? So if you're looking at getting a full-time job, all right, and you're looking at getting access to the materials, everything that we're looking at here, the recording of the session, please ensure you fill the attendance form. Okay, ensure you fill it, because that's exactly how you get access to everything we're doing here today. So how does anyone interested get started? I want to get a job. I'm tired of this job, or you're even doing a job that you really don't like, or you're not earning as much as you want to earn. How do you get started? Okay, excuse me, Ify. All right, let's jump straight into it. Now, there's a job formula, and the job formula is TEX plus E equals to job offer. TEX, okay? That's what we have here. TEX plus E equals to the job offer you're looking for. So you're just a few steps away from getting your next job. You're literally just a few steps away. So T is the technical skills first, all right? But don't just learn the technical skills in isolation of experience. So technical skills and experience plus employability skills equals to your job offer. So now I'm pretty sure you guys are asking, what technical skills do you need to learn? All right, we talked about the in-demand technical skills, okay? So there are 8 of them that we personally focus on, okay? There are 8 of them that we personally focus on. This is data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management. Then under cybersecurity, okay, you can specialize on SOC analysis and threat intelligence, ethical hacking and penetration testing, governance, risk, and compliance. These are the subject areas that we focus on, in-demand technical skills. And the reason why we focus on them is because they are in demand. We did a search for data analysts, and you saw the number of jobs that were open at the moment. We did the same thing with data engineering. We did the same thing with business analysis. If you try that for project management, SOC, ethical hacking, these are the opportunities that you're likely going to see for yourself. All right. So if you're interested in getting it started and you're looking at working on projects, building your experience, this is where we come in. You want to build up your technical skills. You want to build up on your experience. That's exactly where Amdari comes in. Now, the other thing that we also provide you with is employability. We spend so much time talking about bad CV. We would help you to revamp and review your CV. We will do that for you. And we'll also teach you how to go about it, okay? So we would help you revamp and review your CV. We would also help you with LinkedIn optimization. So remember what I said earlier, the more eyeballs that gets to see your profile, the more the opportunities you are going to get access to. The more eyeballs that get to see your profile, the more opportunities you are going to get. So that's exactly what LinkedIn optimization is. So you see, most businesses out there are looking for SEO. Okay, you guys are ahead of SEO. Okay, so most businesses want to rank on Google, so they do what we call SEO. So that's search engine optimization. Okay, that's the same thing with LinkedIn optimization. So how do you rank when people are searching for certain role on LinkedIn? So if they come on LinkedIn today and they search for a keyword, SOC analyst, okay, and you're looking at getting into SOC analysis, and your profile doesn't appear, then you're literally not going to get that opportunity. So, like I said earlier, and I'll repeat myself, the more eyeballs, okay, the more eyeballs your profile attracts, okay, the more the opportunity that you get. The more the opportunity. So you see those your friend of yours that are posting, constantly posting. I'll repeat it again. You see them in a couple of months, you will not believe the kind of opportunity they get. Now, the next thing is navigating the job market. Navigating the job market. Now, this is a very interesting one. Let me show you something. All right. So, in fact, we're doing this. One of the guys in the internship was, having issues, said that there are no jobs, with GRC, for example, GRC analyst. So, we're looking at GRC, and the guy said that, oh, there are not a lot of jobs in GRC. Okay. So, if you take a look at GRC, for example, okay, IT GRC manager, GRC security analyst, IT GRC analyst, and you see there are not a lot of jobs. Okay. So, like today, now, anytime, today, 0 was posted today. 8 was posted in the last 3 days. So a lot of people will give up and say that there are no jobs in GRC. GRC doesn't, there are no jobs in GRC. But meanwhile, yes, it's just your search that is wrong. It's just the search that is wrong. And that's exactly what we call navigating the job market. So now, if someone is interested in GRC and comes here to search for GRC analyst, okay, or whatever the job is, okay, you're looking at GRC analyst roles, okay, and you're seeing that there are not plenty jobs to apply to, you likely will give up. I'm pretty sure you would. But that's exactly what we do for you. We expose you to other job opportunities that you can actually do. So now, if I search for compliance, okay, for example, I just compliance, okay. Now you have more jobs, and this is a free one for you guys, free, okay, free of charge. I'm giving you this. So now I'm searching for the word keyword compliance, and this is where you talk about navigating the job market. Now, this single-handedly has given you more opportunities. Now, see, for this one, 76 jobs were posted today. Just today alone, 76 compliance manager roles were posted today. In the last 3 days, 2,800 of these compliance roles were posted. In the last week, 3,800 of them were posted. In the last 2 weeks, 8,000 of these jobs were posted. So you see exactly what I'm saying. It's not about the job role, but what other functions can you get on? Now, even the guys in data analytics, for example, there are no jobs. If you know how to use Power BI, just one tool, okay? You know how to use Power BI very well. You are very good with Power BI. There are a lot of Power BI developer roles in here. This Power BI role, 45 to 50,000 pounds. Power BI analyst, 300 to 325 pounds per day. So when I tell most people that I personally made the most money in my career working as a tech professional in the UK, people don't believe it. I made the most money, and that's exactly what you need to also see, that you can position yourself. Let's say cloud data engineering, you just know how to use AWS very well. You're very good with AWS, okay? There are a lot of consulting roles and also jobs. Just because you know how to use AWS or GCP or one of the cloud platforms very well, you are also open to quite a number of opportunities. And these are the things that you really don't know. And that's exactly what we call navigating the job market. And that's exactly what we do for you. So please, if you enjoyed the session and you want to get access to the recording, to rewatch it again in the future, please ensure you fill the attendance, okay? The next thing is interview preparation. And I'll tell you, this is another significant thing that you need to know. People fail at people don't get hired because of poor interview skills. Now, like I said earlier, everybody would get asked this question. Tell me about yourself. Okay. So this question doesn't come like this most of the time. So if you're expecting them to always ask you this question in this way, it doesn't come this way. Okay. Tell me about yourself. Doesn't come this way. They don't ask this question in this particular manner. It probably, oh, can we meet you? Oh, can you introduce yourself? Can you, basically just introduce yourself. So how do you introduce yourself during an interview? Very crucial. Now, how do you introduce yourself? I'm pretty sure most of you just freestyle. Well, I have my CV. Oh, in 2007 to 2008, I worked with this one. As I moved from there, I also worked as a business analyst with this one. When I moved from there, I got the job as a project manager, and that's the job I'm doing now. So you're introducing yourself based off your career experience, but that's very wrong. You're not introducing yourself. You're just reading your CV back to them, or you're just relaying what the content they've seen before. You're relaying it back to them. So there's an approach that I personally use, and that's what I've taught people that are looking at doing interviews. We call it the seat approach. Seat. Okay? Seat. Okay? Whereby when you introduce yourself, start with your skills. Start with your skills. Then from your skills, discuss your experience. Okay? And it's not experience of I worked as a data analyst. My last job, I worked as a this. No. There's a different approach you're going to be taking with this. Then A is achievement, okay? And T, I use two things. I call it traits, okay? Traits, or tie it to yourself. Tie it to yourself, okay? Tie it to yourself, tie it together, whatever you want to say, okay? All right, so talk about your skills, number one. Talk about your experience, number two. Talk about your achievement, number three. And number four, trait and tie to yourself. So these are the things that you need to talk about when there's no way you want to introduce yourself using this approach that you're not going to sound smart. Okay? You're not going to sound diligent, like you know exactly what you're talking about. Now, when we're talking about skills, we're not talking about all the skills that you have. We're not talking about all the skills that you have. So you know how to fetch water, you know how to bake cake, you know how to run a mile, you know how to do a marathon, you know how to sweep the floor very well, you know how to mop very well. They're not talking about all your skills. No, that's not what I'm saying. The skills they are looking for should be tailored to the role they are looking for. All right. So imagine if you are going to apply for this job, for example. All right, you're applying for this job, you're applying for this AWS cloud engineer job. Now, they clearly would have told you what they are looking for. They would have told you exactly what they are looking for. They are looking for someone with a strong background in software engineering who has moved into cloud engineering role. You have expertise on how to build and operate highly available, scalable, cost-efficient, and secure system. Now, the experience applying SRE, CID, they've literally told you exactly what they are looking for. Okay? They've told you exactly what they're looking for. So even if you know how to use Talent, you know how to use Apache Airflow, you know how to use all the other applications. It's fantastic. That's good. But there's a specification that they are looking for. And that's exactly what you need to tailor when you are answering this question. Okay? So remember, if you want to hire a mechanic today and you're doing interviews for mechanics that are going to work on your car, okay? And you meet a mechanic today and say that, okay, can I get to meet you, Mr. Mechanic? Okay. And the mechanic is telling you that, my name is Sadiq. Okay. And I have 10 years of mopping floors. I worked as a cleaner. While I was working as a cleaner, I was doing it's not making any sense. At the end of the day, you want to know what mechanical skills do you have. That's exactly what most people don't understand. When you are going for an interview, there's certain things that you need to have at your beck and call. Mentorship sessions is where we bring in mentors to come and speak to you, people that have industry experience to come and mentor you. You need a mentor. I needed a mentor, okay? And I've spoken about some of them already in this session. I talked about Femi, which was one of the guys that mentored me and got me into contracts in the UK. These are the kind of people that you want to work along with, okay? Job reference letter, this is the icing on the cake. To be very honest with you, this is the icing on the cake. So you need a reference letter. You need somebody to back up your application. So you say you've done XYZ as a project manager with Amdari. Can somebody back up that your experience? That's exactly where we come in. We provide you with job reference letter, UK registered. If you're in Canada, the same thing. If you're in the US, the same thing. We have all these locations covered. And if you need a work reference letter, we will grant you one. We also work with you on the job support. So literally, what else are you thinking about? Okay, you're coming to the internship and you're working on projects. You're delivering on the project. You're learning new technologies. You're gaining experience. We're going to help you with your CV. We're going to help you with your LinkedIn. We're going to help you navigate the job market. We're going to help you interview. We're going to help you with mentorship. We're going to help you with job reference. We're going to help you with on-the-job support. What else are you looking for? That's the question I need to ask you. We're going to help you with literally everything. We're going to help you with building technical skills, building experience, working on projects, and so on and so forth. So what else are you looking for? So, and these are the people, some of the guys that we've worked with, okay? You can get to listen to them. Andrew, Nimat, Solomon, Busayo, Data Science, Stephanie, Timmy, and Olani. I'll probably play one of them before the end of the session, just because I plan to use an hour for the session, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do for you guys, so you guys can get the best from the 1 hour session. So I'll be wrapping up very soon. So this is Andrew, this is Nimat, and you can listen to them. These are actually human, not AI generated human beings, okay? All right. So if you matter, how can Amdari help me? How can Amdari help me get started? I want to get experience. I want to build projects. I want to work on projects. I want to work on projects that will get me a job. That's exactly what we'll do for you. So how do we help you? And why are we doing this? Essentially, this report was brought about last year. They did this report for last year, and they were looking at entry-level jobs. And I think everybody knows this. Majority of the jobs that you're looking for requires you to have experience. Even if it's an internship, they still require you to have done some form of experience. You should have done something in your past, okay? And that's exactly what we're doing here. So 1 to 3 years of work experience is like the core thing for most of the roles that you're looking at getting into. But now the posing question is, how are you going to get this work experience? How do you get 1 to 3 years of work experience? Now, majority of the people that miss out, like yourself, like myself, when I was looking at getting started, lack of years of experience. That's one of the major reasons why people get rejected. Lack of required technical skills, lack of required soft skills. These are like the major reasons why people get rejected from a job position. Now, moving on to the next thing. Now, how do we help you get this job? How do we assist you get this experience? And let me say this, working as a professional, let's just say working as a data engineer, okay? All right? Or a data analyst or a business analyst, whatever the case may be. If you get a job today, all right, the number in a 1 year, the number of projects you're going to work on in 1 year, the total number of projects you can work on in a year, end to end. When I'm talking about end to end projects, it means it is a new project, nothing has started before. It is from end to end, you are working on that project end to end. Typically, the number of projects you're going to be working on in a year will be about 3 projects, end-to-end projects. Now, don't tell me that. I'm not telling you that you only work on 3 projects in 1 year. No, there will be other small projects on the side. Oh, we want to calculate this. Oh, we want to do this. Small ad hoc projects will be there for you to work on. But I'm talking about full-fledged end-to-end business problem. The maximum you are likely going to do in a year is 3 projects. You can discuss with any professional that you have, not ad hoc projects, not just the small projects by the side. Like say you have a market, you have a store, okay? You're selling product. The product that you're selling is the main product itself, okay? But there are other things that are by the side, okay, that you're likely doing in order for you to keep the business afloat. That's what we're talking about. Now, for end-to-end project, The maximum you do as a professional working in a company will be about 3 in a. So if somebody is asking for 2 to 3 years of experience, all right, based off these 3 projects in a year, all right, so I'm expecting this person to have either done 6 to how many projects? 9 projects across the person's years of experience. Okay, 6 to 9 end-to-end implementation projects the person should have worked on within the last 9 years. Okay, so now if I'm looking at 5 years of experience, you should have done this on average approximately about 15 projects in the last 5 years of your experience. So if you go for an interview today, this is just extra jara I'm giving to you. If you go for an interview today, okay, and I'm going to show you how I personally detect people that don't have work experience, people that don't have work experience, okay? How do I detect during the interview? I would ask you 5 questions, okay? Okay, I would ask you 5 questions. Okay, I'm looking at somebody that has, let's say, 5 years of experience. So I'm anticipating that you have done this several times. You've handled different kinds of projects. On average, you should have done at least 15 projects. Okay, so during the interview, if your CV is so good, fantastic, you get scheduled for an interview and you come in during the interview, I would ask you 5 questions. I would ask you 5 questions. The first question could be, oh, can you tell me how you've done XYZ in your experience? So you would answer that question with one experience. So I'll say experience number 1. Okay. I would ask you another question. Oh, can you tell me how you're able to handle XYZ based off, this particular problem? You likely give me another experience to answer that question. Okay. If I ask you the third question again, and you use one of these experience to answer this question, it becomes somewhat of a red flag. So if I ask you the third question, and you're not saying that, oh, based on what I said earlier, in that same project, I also did XYZ, it becomes a red flag. Okay? So if I ask you the fourth question, okay, and you use one reference again from this one to answer the third question, okay, you don't have the required years of experience. So it's a rule of thumb that if you're going to be going for an interview, always use unique experiences to answer all these questions. Unique experiences to answer all these questions. Now, the question is, how do you get these unique experiences? Okay, how do you get 5, 10 experiences in order for you to answer all these questions during an interview? Okay, so that's exactly where we come in. That's where Amdari comes in. So we have partnership with different startups across the world. Okay, what we have done is to partner with them to give us their unique challenges. Okay, so what current challenges are you going through? Can you let us know? Is it customer onboarding? Is it implementation of a particular software application? Or is it a data engineering problem? Is it a cybersecurity problem? Whatever the problem is, let us know. So in the same vein, we assign these projects to you for you to work on. All right. So we get the project from the startup. We assign it for you to work on. Okay. While you're working on this project, you are also assigned a mentor. So a mentor that is going to be there to hold you, guide you, and protect you. Oh, sorry, I'm already quoting the Bible. Apologies. All right. But we have a mentor that will literally hold your hands and afford you the presence of a mentor that would answer your questions, your concerns. Oh, I don't know, I've never done this particular type of thing before. How do I go about it? That's where the mentor comes into and OG. Now, you're going to be working on this project either as an individual or as a team. So regardless of your experience, okay, so if you go for an interview and they ask you, tell me about the time you worked with a team member that is difficult, you likely would have gotten that kind of experience coming into the internship. Okay, so we assign the projects to you, you get to work on the projects alongside guidance and mentorship from your coach, and based off that, you would have a presentation, evaluation, and whatever you're recommending to the business problem, that recommendation is also giving back to the startup for them to implement. Okay, so it's a consulting research experience. So where you're going to be consulting for us, all right, helping businesses solve critical problems they're facing, and then you can use that to put it on your CV or your LinkedIn profile, and you can showcase some of the good things that you've done. Or while I was working with Amdari, I worked on this particular kind of project, or I was able to solve this, or I was able to recommend this. These were my recommendations. These were my things I did for them, so on and so forth. So you can add this to your CV that you work with Amdari. You get a work reference on demand, and you can use this experience during interviews. And that's exactly what I said earlier. So if you're going for an interview and you are used to using two experiences to answer 7 questions, you're a red flag. All right. So if they ask you 10 questions and you're using 3 experience to answer those 10 questions, that's a very big red flag. Okay. I mean, if you're learning something from today's session, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. All right. If you're learning so much from today's session, give me a thumbs up. Let's see. Let's see. Only okay, fantastic. I can see them coming, keep it coming, guys. So those are the things that, from my experience that I've seen that would impact you significantly. And that's the reason why we started Amdari, to see how we can help you also get started in this particular experience. All right. Now, wrapping up. Amdari is your one-stop shop platform, like literally one-stop shop platform. You don't need to do anything. We help you with what? Learning. We help you with packaging, and we help you with application. All right. So learn. Okay. When we're talking about learn, we have the remote apprenticeship virtual experience. So we have the internship program that we run. Okay. So our internship program, okay, that works like an internship. The whole essence of you looking to get internship is for you to build your experience. Okay, not for somebody to train you, not somebody to train you like a classroom setting. So the reason why most people are looking for internship, like myself, the reason why I was looking for internship at the time when I was looking at even getting a job was I wanted somewhere I could build, okay, an actual project, gain experience. And that's exactly what we do during an internship. So you're going to be working on unique projects that you literally cannot find anywhere because you are getting them directly from startups that you get to work with. Okay. So you're going to get these experiences from these startups and you are going to be building your own experience. All right. Now that's where the internship comes in. So if, for example, you've never worked with Tableau before, okay, or you've never worked with a particular software before, a project is going to be given to you. All right. And you are going to be thrown into the deep end to see how to learn. Okay, we'll provide you with resources. We'll provide you with a mentor. We'll provide you with the kind of things that you need to support you to learn and also work on that project and deliver on that project. So we also have, and that's Rave by Amdari. So I'm just going to share my web browser so I can show you the entire platform so you can see it for yourself. So once you come here, you see Rave by Amdari. So you see all the internship that we have offering at the moment. So experience real world global projects in any field with Rave by Amdari. So we have the data analytics internship, we have the data science internship, data engineering internship, business analysis internship, project management internship, SOC analyst internship, ethical hacking internship, government GRC internship. I think I used to be a musician, so if I start singing, pardon me, apologies. Okay, so data analytics internship, data science, data engineering, all of them that we talked about earlier, we have an internship designed to help you get experience in technologies and also business problems, industry experience, and all that. So it would help you achieve all of that. Okay. So in the same vein, we also have what we call Learn, Amdari Learn. So we don't just allow you to just come on the internship. We also provide you with learning resources. So if I come to my profile, okay, and I come to Learn, you see Learn here, Amdari, this is still Amdari website, Learn. You'll see Learn, we have Amdari Learn, all right? And, based on all the career path that you select, so if you're looking at going into data science, we have courses, short courses that you can actually watch to learn data science. So introduction to data science, Excel and statistics, introduction to Python for data science, machine learning, computer vision, so on and so forth. So you see, if you're looking at getting into cybersecurity, we have cybersecurity short courses, introduction to cybersecurity, network security, SOC analyst, threat intelligence, offensive, cryptography, endpoint. So we have all these short courses that you can use to learn while you're taking courses with us. All right. Same thing with any other projects that you're looking at, any other course that you're looking at. So that's Amdari Learn. that we do for you. We also have the Amdari portfolio. Amdari portfolio. So, majority of you that are looking at getting started, you need your own portfolio of projects. Okay. So you see, co-founder, this is my own portfolio. Okay. This is my own portfolio. I can copy the link here. Okay. I'll copy the link to my profile and I can actually send it to, I can paste, let me create a new tab for a new browser. So this is a new browser. So I can put it to my CV. And once they click on my CV, this is what the recruiter would see. So you see, there's a difference between what we have here and what I have here. So this is my own portfolio that if I send to a recruiter, they can see an introduction about myself. They can see the tools and technologies I get to work with. They can see the projects I've delivered on in the past. Okay, they can click on the project and they can see the project, okay, that I have completed. So now for this particular project, I completed it within a week. It's an intermediate project in data analytics. I used Looker Studio for this particular project. So I can look, the recruiter can read about the business introduction, the business problem, and all the things. So a portfolio that you can showcase all the wonderful things that you've done. You also get access to this portfolio just by coming on board. So that's the reason why I said one-stop shop platform. Okay. So we provide you with the internship. We provide you with a platform that allows you to learn, okay, short courses. We also provide you with a portfolio page where you can create your own personal portfolio. Now, packaging, we help you with employability services, CV revamp, LinkedIn optimization, mentorship, interview preparation, job reference, on-the-job support. These are the things that we're going to help you with. Then we also have Apply, Amdari job board. So remote jobs from LinkedIn, Glassdoor, LinkedIn, FlexJob, GitHub, Remote OK, and Indeed. So we have all these jobs that we have here. So if you come back to the platform, you see job board, okay? You see job board and you'll see we're getting, discover remote job boards worldwide, find entry-level jobs from Indeed, Glassdoor, and etc. So you see quite a number of jobs. You can see some from them from Canada, some of them from the US. We have quite a number of jobs literally scattered across the world, across all the career paths. So rather than you going to all these career paths to look for remote job, we have harmonized everything in one central location. So all the jobs, remote jobs from Flex, Career Builder, LinkedIn, Simply Hired, GitHub, Career, Flex Jobs, and so on. We have all the jobs in one single application. So rather than you go to multiple places to look for a remote job, we have everything on our own remote job board. So literally one-stop shop platform. They're working on an internship, they're working on real life projects, they're delivering on real life projects, you get employability services, and you get to apply for remote jobs on the same platform. So if you're looking at getting started, we have an internship starting on the 7th of June. That's next month. So we have an early bird discount for the first 20 people that are looking at getting started. So if you want to be part of the first 20 people to get started, we have a remarkable discount that is going on at the moment. So we have the 3 months work experience internship, and we also have the 6 months work experience internship. Now, for the 3 months internship, you are saving £110. Okay, you are saving £110. So all you need to do to secure your discount today is register. Okay, so you're getting instead of you paying £500, you're actually paying £390. And rather than you paying £900 for 6 months, you're paying £750. And the 6 months you're saving £150. Okay. So that's for data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, and project management. Now, if you're interested in cybersecurity, we have 3 career paths in here that you can specialize in. So you can do SOC analyst, you can do ethical hacking, and you can do GRC. So all these, we only have this for 3 months, and it's discounted also, £110 discounted, 3 months, £110 discounted. So rather than you paying £500, you are paying £390 for you to get started. Now, multiple payments and installments are available. So you don't have to pay £390 today to get started. No, you don't have to pay £750 to get started today. That's not the idea. What you need to pay today, you can actually pay in installments. And I'm going to show you that. So you see my colleagues are dropping the charts. They're dropping links in the chat. So once you click on the link, all right, just give me a second. I'm going to show you that right away. So once you click on the link, It's going to take you to this page. All right. It's going to take you to this page. All right. So it's going to take you to this page. It's called the Rave Internship Enrollment Center. All right. And all you need to do is scroll down. You would see data analytics 3 months internship, data analytics 6 months. You scroll down, you'll see that of data science, you'll see that of data engineering, you'll see that of business analysis, 3 and 6 months internship, depending on what you want. Now, the good thing about this is the good thing about the 6 months internship is you can do 3 months of business analysis and 3 months of project management. Okay, so if you're looking at doing the two of them, and you're unsure which one you want to do to get started, you could actually do business analysis for 3 months, another project management for another 3 months to gain experience in project management and business analysis. The same thing with the guys in data science and data engineering. You could do three months of data science and come and do another 3 months of data engineering. Okay, so those are the things that you can actually do. All right. So that's the benefit of the 6 months also, if you're looking at getting it. And you're still getting it at a discount, saving you £150. So if you're interested in 6 months internship for any of the program, click on secure internship. So take, for example, I'm interested in data analytics 6 months. Click on secure internship. And you can pay up to five installment payments. So click on 5 monthly installments, secure internship, and you see all you need to pay today is £150. So rather than you paying £750 to get started, you can actually secure your discount today with £150. £150. And you can pay that £150 every month for the next 5 months in order for you to get what you're looking for. Now, remember, in order for you to get a job, you need experience. So we're not saying you need to wait the whole 6 months in order for you to get a job. You can actually get a job within the first 3 months, the first 2 months. And if you're looking at getting started, that's exactly what we come here to do for you. All right. So if you're looking at 3 months, you could also pay in installments. Okay. You could pay 3 monthly installments, secure internship. You see, for 3 months, you're going to be paying £130 for 3 months, and you are good to go. You're good to go, 100% good to go. All right. So that's the internship. If you're looking at getting started, all you need to do is click on the link, and you can pay in either 3 installments for 3 months, or you can pay in 5 installments for 6 months. So pretty sure that's a steal for you. So remember that the internship is only the discount is only available for the first 20 people. Now, these are early bird discounts, so you're likely going to see this kind of discounts coming in, in subsequent months. If you're looking at getting started, I would say secure your discount now. So once you've made your payments, once you click on your internship and you click on the months you want, you click on secure internship, you click on proceed to pay for it. Just put in your full name, your address, your email address, and your phone number. Click on proceed and make your payment. So once you've made your payment, please ensure you fill the payment registration form. You'll get an email confirmation, all right? But ensure you fill your payment registration form. Ensure you fill it. So this is the way we track your payment, okay? So ensure you come back to this form. Anyway, we're going to send you a link. Once you make your payment, you get an automatic direct link for you to fill the form. So you have nothing to fear about. Okay. So fill the payment registration form. Record your email. First name, I'll say Ife. Last name, I'll say IK. Email address, I'll say Ife IK. Just fill in the form. All right. It takes less than 5 minutes for you to fill the form. It's just for you to fill in the right information. Current status, we have students. Are you currently a student, recent graduates, unemployed, career switcher? This will help us, create a strategy for you that you're looking at getting started. So once you register, we start to build up a profile for you. We start to work something out for you. All right. Phone number, I'm just going to put in something in there. I'll say I'm based in the UK. Put in next, okay? And just fill the form. What career path are you interested in? Oh, I'm interested in data analytics. Click on that. Upload your receipt of payment. And you are good to go. All right. So I'm gonna share something with you so we can quickly wrap it up today. If you have any question, please feel free to drop your questions in the chat. and I'll be more than happy to, to. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing this with you real quick. Okay, so now looking at this, I'm going to share the Google Classroom. I want to walk you through what a project looks like within Analytics, within Amdari. Okay, so now let's scroll down to, this is the Google Classroom. This is, okay, sorry, I'm sharing the wrong tab. Share this tab instead. All right, so looking at this now, this is the Google Classroom, and this is, this is where we keep all the projects that you get to work on. So now if you're interested in, take for example, you're interested in business analysis, okay? Here we have business analysis, go to classwork. Now, the good thing about the project business analysis internship is that you get to work on both data analytics projects and business analysis projects. So now for the first month, all right, you get to work on data analytics projects. Okay, so you look at this now. This is business analysis, optimizing user interaction. Okay, so you see optimizing user interaction. I'm going to show you the this is an actual project. So you see this is a project. So it's a web app project where you're going to be analyzing user behavior, customer behavior. So I'm very work experience internship, business analysis, optimizing user engagement through behavior analytics, a case study on Digital Universe Incorporated. All right, so this is the project, business introduction. We have the business problem, we have the rationale of the project, you get the aim of the project, the data you're going to be working on, what you're going to be doing essentially. Okay, so that's for business analysis. Okay, in the same vein, for the core BA project, for example, I'm going to walk you through that. So for the BA project, what would you be working on? So you see this particular one, this is, I'm going to view instruction. This is the PDF document. So digital transformation of onboarding for a remote workforce. So you see this particular company was founded in Birmingham, okay, Birmingham, UK in 2020, Culinary Roots. That's the business itself. The business problem, the problem statement, the rationale of the project, and so on and so forth. So you see for this particular project, then you would see for stakeholder engagement, the way we've done it to make it very effective for you is also resources from the, so we have the CEO. I'm going to share this tab now. Okay.
Hello there. Welcome to Culinary Roots, and welcome to the Amdari Business Analysis case study. This is based on my business, and I am totally excited to have you help us figure out some of our current challenges. I'm Amira, the founder and CEO of Culinary Roots, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have you on board with us. Let me start by telling you a bit about who we are and why what you're about to work on really matters. Culinary Roots was born right here in Birmingham, UK, with a bold vision to make learning about multi-culinary African cuisines easy, fun, and accessible to people across the world. We're not just an edtech platform. We're cultural ambassadors, helping preserve Africa's rich food heritage through the power of digital learning. Since our humble beginnings, we've grown fast, from just a handful of courses to a global platform with thousands of learners in Europe, North America, and Africa. We've partnered with top chefs across over 10 African countries, built a thriving recipe vault, and created a community.
So this is a communication from one of the major stakeholders. This is the CEO. Okay. We also have videos from the head of HR and also the head of operations.
Hello, my name is Esther, and I am the head of human resources at Culinary Roots. And with me today is
Humphrey, and I am the Chief Operating Officer at Culinary Roots, and we are totally excited to have you on board. Over to you, Esther.
We're an organization that celebrates diversity, culture, and creativity.
So, as a business analyst, you're going to be doing this kind of stakeholder engagement, all right, in order for you to build up on your, how to design. This is a digital transformation project, and these are the kind of things that you would be working on in order for you to gain actual industry experience in the field itself. So that's for business analysis. The same thing for data science. You're going to be working on data core. This is an AI finance tracking project you're going to be working on. So FinCorp is an AI introducing this is an AI driven application that you're going to be working on as a data scientist. For data analytics, it's the same thing. You're going to be working on world-class projects. based off real life situations, based on real life startup ideas and startup challenges that you're going to be working on to build that experience in order for you to get started. All right. And yeah, there are quite a number of things that you get to work with and get to learn from. So if I take a look at this now, for example, let's just take a look at this, for example. So if I come here to these are the resources. We provide you with resources like I mentioned earlier. Let me play this so you can see this, share this. Okay, so this is one of the projects for data analytics.
Hi, I'm Polumi, representing Nexolink, the tech innovator behind VenBridge, our latest digital commerce platform. VenBridge was launched to transform the way buyers and sellers connect in today's fast-paced online marketplace. Designed to foster not just transactions but trust and loyalty, this app aims to set a new standard for seamless and transparent e-commerce experiences. It's our strategic leap into the future of digital trade. It's been 3 months since the official launch of VenBridge.
So these are some of the projects that you get to work on, and the like I said, real life projects. I mean, GRC, the same thing. These are things that you get to work on to build your own experience getting started. So if you're looking at getting started, I would say without a doubt, get started now. Okay, that would be the best thing for you. If you're looking at getting started, I would say get started now. All right. So if you have any questions, let me see if I have any questions. If we don't have any, if you have money now, have there future batches? Yes, we do this every month. We have a course starting every month. If you're looking at getting started, this will be the best time for you to get started. So if you have any concerns, the only thing that we cannot guarantee, though I can guarantee, is the amount that you need, the discount. Okay, the discount is what that is not guaranteed at the end of the day. So if you're looking at getting started in the future, I'd say that you can't start in the future because we have a July batch, we have an August batch. You could also secure a discount and start in July, August. Okay, so once you fill in the form, you'll see there's a space there for you to select when you want to start. Okay, when do you want to start? If you're looking at getting started, once you're filling this form, you can actually start pay now and start in August, June, July, or August. You can start anytime you want. So that's basically it. So you can secure a discount now and you'll get started some holds time. All right. I don't have any other questions in the chat. Okay. But if you're looking at getting started, I'll say, get started now. Get started now. I've shown you the Google Classroom. I've shown you some of the projects that you get to work on. So if you're looking at data analytics, let's take a look at one of them from SOC Analyst. Okay. So this is a brute force attack on Tinker. Okay. So let's take a look at this. So this is the case study for Tinker. I'm going to show you this. So SOC Analyst for Tinker. Okay. So Tinker is a leading edtech platform with clients around Europe. The company develops secure and scalable learning system for enterprise level learning environment. So what's the main problem? Recently, Tinker's IT security team detected sign-ins of a brute force attack targeting the organization's VPN infrastructure. Multiple login attempts were recorded, followed by a successful login from a suspicious external IP address. So business impact, what was the impact of the business? So what are you going to be doing as a SOC analyst? How do you analyze this? Or how do you come up with a solution to this particular problem? So for this project, you're going to be using Splunk, ELK, Greylog. You're going to be working Firelog tools. You're going to be working geolocation services, PowerShell, multi-factor authentication platforms. You're going to be doing all this in order for you to build your experience in SOC analysis. Okay, same thing in data engineering. You're going to be working on world-class projects and so on and so forth. All right. So does the job board have sponsorship jobs? At the moment, no. It's something that we are currently working on to see how we can get sponsored jobs. And that's something that we are working on. Okay, for sponsored jobs. So John is saying, undergraduate students, can they have a part of this program for industrial placement? Yes, 100%. We're registered in the UK, so we can help you. We can do all that for you, 100%. Okay, what about tools to be used? 100%. So the tools to be used cut across based on the project you're going to be working on, based on the project you're going to be working on. Like I said, in the same vein, I'm sorry, the IO. So if you come to Rave and you come to whatever career you're interested in, okay? So come to Rave, come to data analytics, you'll get to see some of the tools that you get to work with. So Excel, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, Looker, MySQL, Postgres, AWS, Azure, GCP. There are so many other tools that you get to work with that are not even here. So take, for example, like I said, it's based on the project. So based, for example, I'm going to be looking at data analytics, and I'm going to show you this for yourself so you see exactly. So there are so many other tools that you get to work with that might not even be on the website. So now this particular project, they worked with Excel, Microsoft Excel, and in the same vein, they worked with what we call Office script. So some of you have heard of VBA, okay, VBA in Excel. So a lot of organizations don't use VBA anymore, and we all know this. VBA is actually outdated. So what we use as data analysts to automate Excel is what we call Office script. So Office script at the moment is not on the website, but during the project, based off the project, you're going to be working with Office script. Okay. In the same vein also, customer analytics, you're going to be working, this particular one is a Power BI project, okay? It's a Power BI project. Just give me a second. Okay, this is it. This particular project, you're also going to be working with Power BI, but in the same vein, you are going to be working with Power Automate. You're going to be working with Power Automate for you to automate your project. So for you to automate Power BI reporting and so on and so forth. So what you have on the website is accurate, but we still add more to the projects you're going to be working on, the tools you're going to be working on. The same thing with every other career path that you're going to be working on. Project management, you're going to be working with Jira, Trello, Microsoft Excel, Slack, Confluence, Asana, Jira, Trello, projects, Google Workspace, Microsoft Suite, and so many other applications that are here, but that you get to work on, but it's not here at the moment. All right. Someone's asking what's the difference between 3 months and 6 months. If you've done good experience, like you've learned, okay, the 3 months experience, if you've probably done some courses and you've learned some courses already, 3 months it will be ideal for you. All right. But if you're looking at building more experiences as a beginner, then the 6 months internship will be for you. So typically the 3 months experience, you get to work on, let's say, about on average 6 projects within the next 3 months. Okay, on average, at least 6 projects in 3 months. But for the 10 months, for the 6 months project, for the 6 months internship, you get to work on an average of 10. About 12 to 15 projects on average. You get to work on more projects, and the longer the duration, the more intensive the kind of projects you get to work on. Okay, the more intensive, the more revolutionary the projects you get to work on. So, and the good thing about the 6 months also is you can split it into individual months. Okay, so you can do 3 months of business analysis, 3 months of project management. You could do 3 months of data analytics, then 3 months of data science, and so on. And that's exactly where you come in. Okay, but ensure you're selecting a career path that you have interest in, and a career path that you've done some learning yourself. Okay, so if you've not done data engineering before and you want to go into the data engineering internship, that might be a bit tough for you, because we're going to provide you with resources. Like I said, we're going to provide you with the resources, we're going to provide you with mentorship and so on and so forth. But yeah, you still have to take out time to learn the new technologies you're going to be working on. All right. Then while you're learning, you're also implementing to solve the problem. Okay. You've been assigned. And that's basically what I would say. Okay. Okay. So the main course is already okay. No, we've started the main course already. Assignment easy to find. Yes, they are. Okay. There are quite a number of opportunities within cybersecurity. Like I mentioned earlier, we did one during the call, which was IT compliant, GRC analyst. So if you search for GRC analyst, for example, you likely will not see a lot, but search for compliance on the other hand, and you see the tons of opportunity that you get from that. All right. Yeah. So if you have further questions, we have a one-on-one session for people that are looking at getting started. One-on-one session if you are willing on getting started then please join the one-on-one session. That we'll be able to answer your question a lot better. Now, remember that the discount is only for the first 20 people. The discount is only available for the first 20 people. So if you want to take advantage of the discount, I would say you should do that ASAP. You should do that ASAP. So let's see how we can help you get started. Okay. So thank you very much, everyone. Looking forward to having you on board. And if you have any questions, please, if you have any further questions, we have the one-on-one session that will be starting. You can book a one-on-one session with us, and then you can get started. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. I did have a wonderful time today, and I want to believe you had a wonderful time also. So looking forward to having you on board, and do have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye for now. Bye, guys. Thank you very much. Bye for now. Thank you too. Appreciate you. Thank you.